What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Loosely Bound YouTube channel. My name is Kate, and today I wanted to share this amazing book that I just finished reading. It's a young adult thriller mystery called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I picked this book up at Target because it was 20% off a few weeks ago, and I just can't ever turn down a book that's on sale. Then it sat on my bookshelf for a few weeks, and I just picked it up the other day to start reading it. And once I started reading this book, I could not put it down. A lot of times I feel like I'm growing out of the young adult genre. They're just a little too simple to read, but this one was so freaking good. I literally could not stop reading it every second that I had the chance to. I just finished it last night, so I knew I had to make a video on it to share it with you guys. Now, this video is going to be totally spoiler free, but I do want to share the synopsis of the book as well as my brief review on it. And if it sounds like something you want to read, make sure you check out the description box down below. I'll post a link right down there so you can easily find and order a copy for yourself. In A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, we follow 17-year-old Pippa that has to complete a senior project for her final year in high school. Pippa decides that she wants her senior project to focus on re-examining some clues from a murder case that happened in her city 5 years prior. The details of the murder are that a pretty and popular girl named Andie Bell went missing. A few days after people had started searching for her, a text comes through from her boyfriend, Sal, saying that he did it, he was sorry, and please forgive him or something like that. Then Sal kills himself in the woods. Because Sal died, they obviously couldn't question him about what had happened, what events led up to Andie's murder, any of the details. And a weird thing is that Andie's body was never able to be found. That always seemed really odd to Pippa because Sal was always very nice to her and he had stuck up for her a few times, and she just didn't feel in her gut that Sal would have been capable of murdering his girlfriend. So Pippa decides that she wants to open up the case again by herself, re-examine all of the evidence that she knows about, and start doing interviews to try to piece together what exactly happened that night and hopefully try to prove that Sal was innocent. At the beginning of the book, Pippa teams up with Sal's brother and they start working together to interview witnesses, gather details, and just put together a full report so they can try to really pinpoint exactly what occurred that night. As soon as Pippa starts examining everything, she starts noticing all of these flaws and holes in the case and just little events that don't really add up with each other. And once they start digging a little bit deeper, Pippa starts getting all these threatening texts and notes, and it's just becoming really apparent that someone wants her to leave this alone and not dig any deeper. But that just really encourages Pippa to keep going because obviously no one would care if she wasn't on the right track. We follow Pippa's entire journey as she's cracking the case and just solving all of the riddles that have been left. And it is such an amazing ride to be on. One of my favorite things about how A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is written is we go back and forth from Pippa's point of view and these logs that she's reporting in for her project. I really love any time a book does that just because it kind of breaks up the monotony of reading the storyline and just gives me like a different viewpoint to focus on. The whole time I was reading this book, I kept trying to put together who I thought the killer was and what really happened to Andie that night. And I'm happy to say that I did not figure out the end. I think I had a lot of really good theories that I'm not going to share because if you guys come up with these theories on your own, I don't want you to know if you're right or wrong until the end of the book. But the ending of A Good Girl's Guide had twist after twist, and I loved that it came to a really conclusive end. I really hate when books leave things really open and just kind of make me come up with the conclusion myself. So I was very happy that I felt like I had a lot of resolution at the end of this book as well. The only thing I didn't absolutely love about this one was I felt like in the middle I was getting not a little bored, but just kind of like restless. I think I was just so ready to figure out what happened that I was trying to like rush through it. I don't think even like having the tension in there was necessarily a bad thing. It was kind of just my enthusiasm to figure out what was happening that was making me feel a little like, come on, I want to know what's going on. Another thing that I really loved about this one is I would feel totally comfortable recommending it to a 40-year-old or a 14-year-old. Even though this is a book that's dealing with secrets and lies and murder and betrayal, it's not so dark that I feel like I couldn't recommend it to someone that's just starting to get into this genre. But at the same time, it's not so light that it couldn't keep an older reader entertained as well. And I think having that versatility in your writing style is so amazing. If you can appeal to two totally different audiences like that, I think you're doing something incredibly right. So super props to Holly Jackson on that one. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder does have a sequel called Good Girl, Bad Blood. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get the sequel because, like I said, this did wrap up in such a great conclusive way. But given that I haven't been able to get this book off of my mind since I finished reading it, I will definitely be picking up the sequel. If you guys have read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, leave a comment down below and let me know if you enjoyed it as much as I did. Or if you've read the sequel, let me know if you think it's worth picking up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!